Hello, flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is a farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, September 30th. It's the last Monday of September. It's the last day of September.
Are you sure that you mean August?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's the weather we're supposed to have in August.
No, this is good mid-September. Well, mid-September weather. It's end of September, but
I'm just saying it's a little weird.
Yeah. Hopefully this goes up tomorrow because
Internet go.
Verizon's having outage issues, obviously, probably due to the swath of destruction that a hurricane caused. Which, let's just take a moment and send our prayers to the folks of Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and North Carolina and Virginia
Tennessee
and Kentucky and Southern Ohio.
I think the western half of PA is currently getting drenched. Like, I believe the entire western half of PA.
We got it yesterday. It has been rough. It's been really bad in eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina. But it's also got a cell phone outage. And normally that wouldn't affect our internet, but for some reason, our internet decided to go down for about 10 minutes this afternoon. I have not had a good afternoon.
Huggies.
And I have to go cook dinner one more time.
We could do something different to rearrange things a little bit so you can have it less stressful. We'll talk after the video.
Okay. So, yeah, it's been busy. So, yeah, it's been a day. So, if you're seeing this at our normal schedule, great. If you're not, sorry.
Can we get hugs in the comments for Laura,
It is
please?
what it is at this point. Alright. Well, it was a really kind of uneventful week.
Except for Saturday. Random idea turned into random idea turned into random idea.
Yeah, Saturday I randomly said, well, we were supposed to go to Amish country Tuesday, and it was rainy and stormy Tuesday morning, and by the time it kind of cleared out, well, we didn't go. We did stop at the place that makes these little beef sticks, Slim Jims, and jerky that we both really like. We buy them at local.
I'm calling them Slim Jims. They are so much better.
To give people who don't know what I'm just talking about an idea of what I'm talking about.
I know, honey. You didn't even hear what I said then. Never mind. Oh, shut up.
We can buy them in the local grocery store, but you can also go to their smokehouse where they produce it and shop all of their products, because sometimes the grocery store doesn't have a wide selection. They sell a 2-pound bag of little odds and ends, pieces this big, broken pieces.
A lot of pieces that big.
Some pieces that big. Broken pieces, whatever. They sell it in a 2-pound bag for $15, as opposed to like $8 for a pound of them at the store. I'm game. But then Saturday we decided to randomly go to Sweets and Geeks because I was still really annoyed and upset and irritated we didn't make it to Amish. And then we went to this place called Common Grounds. It's the old pickle factory in Medina. They've turned it into like a pop-up shop market type thing on weekends, except some of the stalls, a lot of the stalls that were in there were permanent. The ones that we saw were permanent. They have weekends where they have pop-up shops, which are just temporary pop-ups. And we did this cute little plant thing. You got a little planter.
Should we pause the video and go show those off?
No, it's fine. And you got a little succulent or an air plant. I took an air plant.
It was really funny. She was like, "Oh, this is really cool." I'm like, But she's like, what? I'm like, I wanted to get one with you. She's like, oh, you want to do that right now? Okay.
So we got little plants.
He was so cute. The lady there thought it was so hysterical that we got them together.
Yeah, it was cute. So we had a little adventure on Sunday, or on Saturday. That was kind of the event of our week.
And then yesterday, I learned how to do the religious stuff.
Yes. So, why don't we shout out our commenters?
Hey y'all, what's up? Andre, Bridget, Teresa, Andrea, June, Lynn, Janet.
Thank you all so much for commenting on our video. We appreciate the views.
Very much. And the
comments,
interactions.
And the interactions. And all the things.
Thank you for telling the YouTube algorithm that you like us.
Yes. Why don't we go into whips?
Okay, I got I just got Gunpla stuff. Then there's a story behind this. This is just the tall geese that I've been doing before. It's from Endless Waltz. He's kind of somewhat assembled now. And I got these back part. I had his legs done. I had the torso done. I got these bits here and the waist itself done. And this is one of the two parts that go onto his back. I haven't attached this yet because I haven't gotten that far in the instructions. And I'm leaving his arms off because there's stickers that go in here and in here that are very hard to put the stickers on with the arms on. So I decided I'm going to just assemble them without the arms until I get that far. That way it's just easier because sometimes these arms are very difficult to get off. And then there's a little story we have.
That's whips, or that's, I guess, haul, really.
No, this isn't haul. This is about the whips.
Okay.
I now have a little spot up in the crafting room so we can craft together.
Oh, yes. I cleaned off a spot for him in the craft room so we can now craft together. My craft room is a disaster. Alright. I have very eventful whips. I really only stitched on 3 things.
Wasn't that the plan?
That was the plan. So, the December block of the Star Touch Meadow Sow. Woohoo. I did 307 stitches on it. Yes, that's correct. I worked at that center column. The cat is meowing. Supposedly I'm getting the flosses that I'm missing in the mail tomorrow. We'll see. Amazon decided to deliver a package today to the wrong house. Thanks, Amazon. And then for all of the prompts for World Heart Day, whip of choice, something that's got a heart shape, 33% or more done, or another whip of choice, I worked on my stamped heart succulent.
You just had a succulent week, didn't you?
I did. I worked on this. It does not... I did 892 stitches on it. And here we have progress. So I finished up basically like this section and this section. All I have left to do is like, I think it's about here, down on the bottom of the heart, and then all this blue is white. And yes, I probably should have done that as I was going, but I didn't, and I don't care. And I'm probably going to have to, like, finish the heart and then, like, set it down for a few and walk away and then bust out my magnifying glass, because definitely Ninja Stitch City. I had a lot of Ninja Stitches.
Ninja Stitches?
Little stitches that you, like one stitch that you thought you stitched that you didn't stitch.
Oh.
It was Ninja Stitch City. Okay.
With that confetti shuriken.
Yes. And then last weekend I had started this guy. It is Christmas Pudding from the 2023 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. Apparently they're not doing Ornament issue this year. They're doing a Christmas issue because they have some stuff that's not ornament size. So there is a companion to this. It's a cupcake. I am going to stitch that. So I started that last week, and remember how I was like, I don't remember how many stitches I did on this. Well, it was 511 stitches. But then I picked this up over the weekend, and I finished it. So to finish this side, I did an additional 649 stitches. And to do all of the bottom side, it was 1,144 stitches. So both sides altogether was a total of 2,304 stitches.
Congratulations.
I'm excited. And I need to figure out how to put it together. There are instructions on here.
You can figure it out, trust me.
This stays with this. Yes, that's all my stitching for the week. That's all I did.
I love how she's just like, oh, I only did about 4,000 stitches. That's all I did.
It wasn't quite 4,000, but I only worked on 3 whips, so. Short one. Shorty. How about we go into haul? I don't have any haul, but you have haul.
Forget about it, actually. This stuff was gotten recently. I'll just show you these real quick, and I'll explain them. God bless America. Yeah, you can see some of them. And I'll pull one of them out so you can see. These are little sandpaper sponges.
The file sponges.
Yep, little foul sandpaper sponges. They're for doing the gunpla for the main purpose is actually the notch marks, because you cut them a little bit, not quite flush, and then you sand them down, and the glass file I have leaves it a little too shiny, so you use this to go back over it, and that way it isn't as shiny anymore. Also, you can use it to buff up certain areas and to kind of just add some detail to it. And it's going to be really fun to play with this stuff. This was the last little bit of kit that I needed to complete all of the tools I need for this. So now, I was using basically a nail file, one of those little buffing things.
He was using a nail buffer block.
It's just the buffer. I was killing the buffer block very quickly.
Well, I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
And then while we were at Sweets and Geeks, somebody had a little bit of fun at my expense, but otherwise, I got this thing. And in all honesty, the only thing I know is it's cool. I actually do not know the name of this thing. I did not get it because it came from any of the any specific anime. It's actually a custom. It's actually considered a custom piece because I don't think this actually appeared in any of the anime. They just took the themes of it and made a gunpla out of it. I want it for generic bad guy. This is my generic bad guy that I'm going to put my other gunpla up against if I want to do a battle scene with them posed.
Okay.
And that's my stuff.
All my haul was candy from Sweets and Geeks. I did get dice.
Yes, got it for this.
Black dice, because I want to get it. I have the. If you know me, you've seen this jumbo dice that I have. It's like about, I don't know, like this big, but it's purple. I want to get a red one because my main character's a sorceress and fireball's her thing. Belongs Plans? Oh, I do have some haul. I forgot about this. So my PSR coordinator had this. It's called Off the Hook. It's from Lion Brand. I have no idea how you use it.
What is it? Is it just regular floss?
So it is yarn. It is yarn. It's looped yarn. And there is a way that you loop it together and it looks like knitting. Something like that. I have to do some Pinterest research and find like a pattern or something for it. I've got 6 balls. So she was like, well, maybe you can find something to do with it. And I'm like, I'm sure I can figure something out. Because I'm a millennial and I figure things out via the internet.
Google is my friend.
Today at stitching, they were talking about figuring out how to do toe-up socks because they all only know how to knit toe-down or cuff-down socks, and they had to find something on, and they had to find it on. The one lady found instructions on YouTube. I'm like, what did we do before YouTube? Because seriously, how did we know how to do anything?
Oh, that was really. That's actually a really easy thing. There was this thing called the library, and it had books. Honestly, that's actually what I did when I was a kid.
It's probably what I did, but I just, yeah. So I do have to go on Pinterest and find something to do with that. So, plans? Do you have plans?
I've got only a couple more components, and this guy's done. I'm actually hoping to have him done by the end of the week so I can start Death Scythe.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Dee-dee-dee.
Sitting in a row. Big one, small one, on a station. I don't know where that came from.
If they're as big as my head, they're going to be freaking dangerous.
Oh, mercy. Okay. It's been a day. It is sampler week for Daily 30. Samplers week. So all of our prompts relate to samplers and the history of samplers. Because I did some history. I did history. I wrote this week's prompts. But do you know the oldest sampler in the world dates from Peru, and it dates from 200, sometime between 200 and 300 BC.
No.
No, I do.
I do have a comment, though.
What?
I remember when we first started this channel, you were the anti-sampler woman.
I was the anti-sampler.
And now you're doing prompts specifically about samplers. That is awesome. I love how you've grown. I'm going to die for that one later.
No, you're not. Okay. It does actually lend, though, to one of the prompts that I wrote with one of the projects that I have.
Was that all purpose?
No. It was kind of an accident, but... Alright, so stitch on something that has a bunch of random parts. So, bell, a good tyke, and lace corset.
Lace corset.
Okay. Stitch on a chart that is out of print or hard to get. I have some out of print charts. Not started. Shocking, I know. I do have some out of print mirrors that I need to get started, but I don't have them started yet. But my hard to get charts would be Land of Liberty and Lace Corset, because I did actually have to do some work to track down sourcing them. They are available, but you got to put some work into sourcing down some bent creeks.
How many stitches is this?
300 a prompt.
How many prompts would you like to do?
I don't know.
Because if I had my way, you'd be doing one.
Just on Lace Corset. Well, it does fit to all of them.
Mainly because the name of that one makes me smile, and I also know you need to put a big chunk on that so you can balance it out and get it right. Because I know that you had that little pain.
I think I'm kind of at the point where I've got it balanced out finally.
Okay, so yeah,
I would like to do. There is one other project that I would like to do for at least one of the prompts this week. So I think we'll do 2 projects this week.
Okay.
We'll do Lace Corset for the first 2 prompts. Stitch on a Whip that taught you something new. I do have a candidate for that, but I also have a free pass. And
there's actually a candidate for that we just circled.
Lace Corset.
You figured out how to rebalance and
oh, honey,
cover.
I've been doing that for a while.
On that scale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I was trying to be good.
No.
Don't know.
Quaker Ball would fit for that. I actually need to dig Quaker Ball out. I need to look in it because we had that little issue with the beads. I know she sent me the beads. I know I got the beads. I don't know what I did with them. I need to figure out if I put them in the project or if they are floating around somewhere not in the project, and I need to find them. I'm getting yelled at by a cat. Okay, so then the next prompt would be stitch on something that is an evolution of your stitching style. Long Dog Samplers, a good tyke, qualifies as a sampler. And when I first started stitching, I was not a sampler stitcher because I thought samplers were nothing more than alphabets and blue and white geese. Maybe not quite that bad, but I learned how to stitch in the 90s, and I'm sure most of you remember a lot of the samplers of the 90s. They weren't samplers that we know of now and that we know as reproductions. So I would say a good tyke is my candidate for that one.
Okay.
Only because of how it works. Which gives me what I want to work on for something modern. Because Lace Corset is very modern, but also a good tyke is a modern sampler. So since I'm doing it for that one, we're going to do it for that one.
Okay.
Okay. Tomorrow is the 1st of October, which means there are 3 months left of the year. Which means I'm probably not going to finish 2 of the projects that I had set out to finish by the end of this year. So I have Shores of Hawkhorn Hollow and Fall on the Farm left to finish for the year. Fall on the Farm, if I could reasonably get done. Because I think, I'm not entirely sure how many blocks I have left, but those blocks aren't very big and they're not densely stitched. So I could do that. Shores of Hawkhorn Hollow is not going to happen. I have a plan, however, because the last couple of years, Daily 30 has done 2 things during December. One is like a theme ornament dash. Last year it was ugly sweaters. The year before it was Christmas cookies. The first year we did it, it was ornament dash, the ornament thing. And then the other is dash to the finish, is December dash to the finish, which is basically stitch on a project until you finish it. Once you finish it, you can switch out your project on that. I did that last year because the ugly sweater thing just wasn't my vibe. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to do that again this year. At this point, I don't have any candidates for it. So, here's the plan. when I wanted to finish the football field and my summer band sampler, I used those only for the month. I applied those heavily to the monthlies, and that really pushed me, got some good push on it. I'm going to do that with Shores and with Fall on the farm. The only thing I have left to do on Shores of Falkland Hollow is one block, but it's the memorial block, so it's the one that's really densely stitched, and it's the one that I actually have to figure out how to rechart the name on, which could be interesting, but I'll figure it out. So I'm going to utilize that, the monthly, to kind of push stitches on those, because it's 10 prompts at 300 stitches. Even if I do half and half this month and half, that's 1,500 stitches on each project. I don't think there's that much left on Fall on the Farm. There might be. I know there's that much left on Shores. But that'll help push them to getting them towards the completion, and then maybe I'll see where I'm at with them doing them for the December dash. Because I really don't have anything else that's super close to a finish. I mean, the stamped heart is, but I don't know if that's going to work out. I don't know. I really don't know what we're going to do. That's my plan. It's kind of what I got bouncing around in my brain. Because I've been thinking about, how am I going to get those done? I'm just thinking that's so. I feasibly feel like I can finish Fall on the Farm. Shores, I don't think is going to get done this year, but I'm going to get it as close to done as possible so that I can push it off the finish line next year. I do know that I'm thinking next year I'm going to do that with the monthlies, where I'm going to use the monthly prompts to focus on stuff that I want to get finished and see how that goes. I think that's an idea. Dog is down at dinner time. There's the dog. Bandy butts! Bandy babes! Hey babe. Oh, she's coming. I was going to show you the dog. There's the other night, last month.
Bandy!
It was this month. Well, anyways. There's the bandies. I love my houndy. Yesterday was a great global greyhound walk. The closest one to us takes place up in Cleveland. There was no way I was going for a walk in the weather we had yesterday.
My one question is, I'm hoping it wasn't a very long walk, because not a lot of greyhounds like to go that far.
I don't know. You're so good, girl. Alright. So, that's kind of it for this week. I know it's kind of a short video, but, I mean, I stitched on 3 things. I know that doesn't give us a lot of variety, and it does make the video short, but it's what I'm jamming on stitching right now, so.
My bug currently is building stuff, but I'll get back to stitching eventually.
I am making cards. Oh!
I guess we won't.
I am making cards. I have started Christmas cards, so you don't get to see them because, you may want a Christmas card from me. If you want a Christmas card from me, shoot me either an email or a social media message with your address. But I had my card making class on Friday. It was supposed to be last Monday, but because of the funeral lunch, I had to reschedule. Anyways, so let me show you my cards. Bonus content! So this is the first one. It's a very cool, simple technique. Put one color ink on one side of a long block, one color ink on another side of the long block. Spray it with water. The more water you spray on it, the looser the ink got. And I got my ink really loosey-goosey. And then we just used a black with some leaf stamps. And made it. This one excited me. Because
all of them excited you.
They did all excite me. This is the stamp set that I bought. She designed a card with. It says hello. It's an orange. I just love this stamp set. I have a PDF. I have 2 PDFs for this stamp set. She's gonna, I think she might be trying to utilize this for the Danbury class. So I should get it back then. I like that one. This one excited me. This one was fun to make. It's a little tree, and it's got autumn leaves. And if you're, it's not showing up very well. If you remember a couple of months ago.
Do you want me to try to lower the brightness a little bit, see if that helps?
Sure. If you remember a couple months ago, I did another tree one that I can't find now. That's got like green leaves.
That help?
Yeah, it did a little bit.
I can lower it down.
So this is another version of that same tree. The cool thing about this card is it's a pop-up. You open it that way. Just a little different and unique.
It's cute.
It's fun.
Definitely confused me.
I know. And then this one, for as simple as it is probably just the most beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I think it's just gorgeous. And all it is die cuts. It's just die cutted out. I think it's fabulous. I need to get this set. I was not sold on this set when I first saw it on Stamp It Up. We have done 4 cards. 3 cards with this stamp and die set. It's on my list of things
She's a believer.
I would like to purchase before the catalog ends next summer. There's some stuff that's not going to get purchased because, you know, I can't buy everything I want. But I'm kind of going in order of importance. There is one thing I wanted out of the Christmas mini catalog that I forgot to order when I ordered my stuff last night. I had to order a couple extra things, so I gotta remember to throw that on and order next order. So that's everything now. What would we like the people to do?
We would like them to know about our retreat we're planning.
Yes, hosting a retreat November 2nd in Wellington. It's not really a retreat, it's a single-day stitch-in. It's in Wellington, Ohio, which is podunk. If you're kind of localish to the area and you want to come, it is an all-day retreat. There is more information about it on my Shopify page, which is linked below. Or you can say, just give me the direct link, because I can't find it in the description box. Because some people struggle with that. And I'm nice, and I will throw the direct link in a comment for you.
I just had a picture of you with a big piece of paper with the URL, throwing it at people.
You get lunch and you get dinner. It's an all-day thing. There's not as many as I had wanted to clear the minimum, but there's enough that we're going to go ahead and go for it. So now, what would we like the people to do?
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification thingy me bobby. All that YouTube algorithm stuff.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding-a-ling, ding, ding, ding. And yes, we're this weird normally.
Yep. Thank you all so much for spending a wee bit of time with us this week. I don't know where that came from. We hope you had a good time. We hope you were entertained.
We hope you were entertained. Where's my arms? It's only a flesh wound. Comment below if you get the reference. Well, considering the fact that I wasn't expecting it until I did it. Sometimes the intrusive thoughts are funny.
They are. That was good. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. We will see you all next week.
Bye.